there will come a moment in your life when you finally realize that not every noise deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your response. And not every battle deserves your energy. That moment is the beginning of wisdom. Peace is not something you stumble upon by accident. Peace is something you protect. And the truth is, the moment you decide to grow, to elevate, to change your life, distractions will line up at your door. Some will come dressed as people. Some will come disguised as drama. Some will arrive as fear, doubt, or the need for approval. But make no mistake, anything that disturbs your peace is asking you to step away from your purpose. The world we live in is loud. Everyone has something to say about how you should live, who you should be, and where you should be going. But clarity doesn't come from outside noise. It comes from inner alignment. When you are focused, you stop explaining yourself. When you are focused, you stop reacting. When you are focused, you stop handing your power to distractions that were never meant to carry it. Let me tell you something important. Not every interruption is an emergency. Some are simply tests to see if you will abandon your direction. Growth requires silence. Healing requires space. Success requires focus. And peace requires boundaries. You don't owe everyone access to your mind, your time, or your emotions. The most powerful people in this world are not the loudest. They're the most centered. They know who they are. They know where they are going, and they refuse to be pulled into chaos that doesn't serve their future. Staying focused doesn't mean you won't feel tempted to react. It means you choose discipline over impulse. It means you understand that your energy is currency and you spend it wisely. Every time you engage in unnecessary conflict, comparison, or negativity, you are paying for something that gives you no return. Your peace is your responsibility. No one else can protect it for you. And once you understand that, your life begins to change. You move differently, you speak differently. You think differently. You stop chasing validation and start honoring your vision. So when distractions come, and they will, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, does this deserve my attention, or is it trying to steal it? If it disturbs your peace, it is not aligned with your purpose. Stay focused, stay grounded, stay committed to the life you are building, even when no one understands it yet. Because the moment you stop letting distractions disturb your peace is the moment your true power begins to rise. Inner peace is not a luxury, it is a necessity. In a world that constantly demands your attention, your reaction, your explanation, and your energy, protecting your inner peace becomes an act of self-respect. Many people believe peace comes after success, after healing, or after life becomes easier. But the truth is the opposite. Peace must come first. Without it, success feels empty, healing feels delayed, and life feels overwhelming no matter how much you achieve. Your peace is disturbed not because you are weak, but because you care. And while caring is a beautiful human quality, caring without boundaries becomes self-destruction. Every time you allow unnecessary drama, negative conversations, comparisons, or emotional chaos into your life, you are silently agreeing to live below your potential. Peace is the foundation on which clarity is built. Without peace, your decisions become emotional, your focus becomes scattered, and your vision becomes cloudy. Protecting your inner peace means learning the powerful art of not reacting. Not every comment deserves a reply. Not every opinion deserves consideration. Not every invitation deserves acceptance. Silence, when chosen intentionally, is strength. Walking away is not defeat, it is wisdom. Distance is not coldness, it is self-preservation. When you start choosing peace over proving a point, you begin to reclaim control over your life. Distractions often arrive disguised as urgency. People will make their problems feel like your responsibility. Situations will demand immediate reactions. Social noise will convince you that you are missing out. But peace teaches you to pause. To breathe, to ask yourself whether this moment aligns with the future you are building. Anything that pulls you away from your purpose, your growth, and your emotional balance is not random, it is a test. Protecting peace also means being honest with yourself. Some chaos continues only because you keep giving it access. Some stress remains only because you refuse to let go. Inner peace requires difficult choices, uncomfortable boundaries, and sometimes lonely paths. But those paths lead to self-respect, confidence, and emotional maturity. Growth is rarely loud, it happens quietly. When you choose discipline over impulse and clarity over confusion, your environment matters. The conversations you engage in matter. The content you consume matters. The people you allow close to your heart matter. Peace is not created by controlling the world, but by choosing what you allow into your inner world. When you guard that space carefully, your mind becomes sharper, your emotions stabilize, and your focus strengthens. Understand this deeply peace is not passive. It is active, intentional, and powerful. It requires awareness, courage, and consistency. Every day, you will be given a choice between reaction and restraint, between chaos and calm, between distraction and direction. Each time you choose peace, you choose growth. Each time you choose focus, you choose your future. When you protect your inner peace, you stop living in survival mode. You stop explaining yourself to people who misunderstand you. You stop chasing validation from places that drain you. You start moving with confidence, purpose, and quiet authority. And from that space of peace, everything you build becomes stronger, more aligned, and more meaningful. Inner peace is not something you wait for. It's something you decide to defend every single day. Distractions do not enter your life by coincidence. They appear at moments when you are about to grow, change, or step into a higher version of yourself. Every time you set a clear intention, decide to focus, or commit to your purpose, life responds by testing your seriousness. These tests rarely look like obstacles. Most of the time, they look comfortable, emotional, familiar, or urgent. That is why so many people fail to recognize them for what they truly are. A distraction is anything that pulls your attention away from your values, your vision, and your inner alignment. It can be a person who drains your energy, a habit that keeps you stuck, a fear that whispers doubt, or even an opportunity that looks attractive but leads you away from your true direction. Distractions are subtle. They don't announce themselves. They blend into your routine and slowly steal your focus, one moment at a time. When life tests you, it is not asking if you are capable, it is asking if you are committed. Commitment is revealed by what you choose when no one is watching. It shows in how you manage your time, where you place your attention, and how easily you allow yourself to be pulled off course. Every distraction is an invitation to abandon discipline. Every test asks the same question: are you willing to trade your future for temporary comfort? Many people believe they are being delayed by bad luck, difficult people, or unfortunate circumstances. In reality, they are being distracted. Progress doesn't usually stop because of failure. It stops because of divided focus. When your energy is scattered, your results weaken. When your attention is everywhere, your growth is nowhere. Focus is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters without apology. Distractions often come wrapped in emotion. Guilt, obligation, nostalgia, fear of missing out, or the desire to please others can pull you away from your path. Saying no can feel uncomfortable, especially when you have been conditioned to keep the peace at your own expense. But growth requires courage. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is disappoint others in order to stay true to yourself. Recognizing distractions requires self-awareness. You must learn to observe your reactions. Notice what drains you. Notice what pulls you into unnecessary conversations, endless scrolling, emotional chaos, or comparison. These patterns are not random, they are signals. Each one points to an area where discipline must replace habit and clarity must replace confusion. The truth is, not everything that demands your attention deserves it. The urgency does not equal importance. Loud does not mean valuable. Familiar does not mean aligned. Tests come to refine you, not to break you. When you pass them, you gain strength, clarity, and confidence. Fail them, you fail them, you repeat the same lessons in different forms. Life will continue to present distractions until you learn how to say no without guilt and yes without hesitation to what truly matters. Each moment of focus strengthens your self-trust. Each moment of restraint sharpens your direction. The more you pass these tests, the less power distractions hold over you. Understand this, your future is shaped not by the big decisions alone, but by the small daily choices you make when distractions appear. Every time you choose focus over comfort, discipline over impulse, and purpose over pressure, you prove to yourself that you are ready for the life you say you want. Distractions are not accidents. They are mirrors revealing how committed you are to your own growth. When you see them clearly and choose wisely, you move forward with confidence, resilience, and unstoppable focus. Focus is not something you find once and keep forever. It is something you choose every single day. Many people believe that clarity arrives in a sudden moment of inspiration, but real focus is built through consistent, intentional decisions. It is shaped in the quiet moments, in the routines no one sees, and in the choices you make when motivation fades. Focus is discipline in action, repeated until it becomes identity. Every morning, life presents you with options. You can move with intention, or you can drift. You can direct your energy toward your purpose or allow it to be pulled in multiple directions. Focus is not about willpower alone. It is about awareness. When you are aware of your goals, your values, and your limits, you become selective. You stop saying yes automatically. You stop reacting emotionally. You start responding intentionally. Discipline is often misunderstood. People think it means restriction, but true discipline is freedom. When you choose focus, you free yourself from chaos, from constant distraction, from emotional exhaustion. You gain control over your time, your thoughts, and your energy. Without focus, even the most talented individuals struggle. With focus, ordinary people create extraordinary results. Daily focus requires structure. What you consume shapes how you think. The conversations you entertain shape how you feel. The habits you repeat shape who you become. When your day begins without intention, distractions quickly take control. But when you create simple routines, even small ones, your mind learns where to direct its energy. Focus grows stronger when it is practiced, not when it is hoped for. There will be days when staying focused feels easy and days when it feels impossible. Emotional triggers, unexpected problems, and external pressures can shake your concentration. This is where commitment matters. Focus is choosing your long-term vision over short-term relief. It is choosing progress over comfort. It is choosing growth over familiarity, even when the familiar feels safe. One of the greatest enemies of focus is comparison. When you constantly measure your journey against others, you lose sight of your own path. Focus requires presence. It asks you to stay in your lane, trust your timing, and honor your process. Every person has a different rhythm, a different calling, and a different season. When you focus on your own work, your energy becomes cleaner and more powerful. Another challenge to focus is emotional overload. Carrying unresolved emotions can cloud judgment and weaken discipline. That is why focus and peace are deeply connected. When your inner world is chaotic, your attention becomes scattered. Creating space for reflection, rest, and honesty with yourself strengthens your ability to stay present and committed. Focus also means accepting that you cannot do everything at once. Progress comes from prioritization. When you try to handle too much, nothing receives your best effort. Choosing one direction at a time is not limitation, it is strategy. Depth creates impact, not constant movement. Every day you choose focus, you build self-trust. You prove to yourself that you can follow through. Over time, this consistency compounds into confidence. You stop doubting your abilities and start respecting your own discipline. Focus becomes part of who you are, not something you struggle to maintain. Remember this, focus is not about perfection, it is about returning to your intention whenever you drift. Each time you realign, you strengthen your character. Each time you recommit, you sharpen your vision. Focus is a daily decision, and every decision shapes the life you are becoming. Your energy is one of the most valuable resources you possess, yet it is often the most misused. Unlike time or money, energy determines how fully you show up in your life. You can have all the opportunities in the world, but without the right energy, nothing truly moves forward. That is why learning to protect and direct your energy is essential for growth, focus, and inner peace. Every interaction either gives you energy or takes it away. Every thought you repeat either strengthens you or drains you. When you are unaware of where your energy goes, you live in a constant state of exhaustion, not because life is too heavy, but because you are carrying things that were never meant to be yours, worrying about others' opinions, replaying past mistakes, and reacting to unnecessary negativity quietly consume your inner power. Energy is sacred because it shapes your reality. What you consistently focus on expands. When your energy is invested in fear, distraction, or resentment, your life reflects confusion and stagnation. When your energy is invested in purpose, learning, and self-respect, your life begins to align with clarity and momentum. This is not coincidence, it is cause and effect. One of the greatest mistakes people make is giving their best energy to the wrong places. They wake up already tired, mentally arguing with people who are not present, stressing over situations they cannot control, and replaying conversations that no longer matter. By the time something meaningful requires their attention, they have nothing left to give. Intentional living begins with energy awareness. Protecting your energy does not mean isolating yourself from the world. It means choosing wisely. It means understanding that you do not have to attend every argument, fix every problem, or carry every emotion. Some things deserve your compassion, others deserve your distance. Discernment is a form of self-care. Your environment plays a powerful role in your energy. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, and the routines you follow either recharge you or drain you. When you constantly expose yourself to negativity, comparison, or chaos, your energy becomes unstable. But when you create spaces of calm, growth, and inspiration, your energy becomes grounded and focused. Rest is not laziness. It is restoration. Many people burn out not because they lack discipline, but because they lack recovery. Protecting your energy includes knowing when to pause, reflect, and reset. Stillness allows your mind to settle and your intuition to speak. From that space, your decisions become clearer and your actions more effective. Spending your energy with intention also means aligning it with your values. When your actions contradict what matters to you, internal conflict arises. That conflict drains energy faster than any external challenge. Living in alignment reduces resistance. It allows your energy to flow naturally toward what supports your growth. You are not required to prove your worth through exhaustion. Productivity without purpose leads to emptiness. True success feels sustainable, not draining. When you respect your energy, you move with confidence rather than urgency. You stop forcing outcomes and start allowing progress. Every day, you are making energetic choices, even if you are not aware of them. You choose where to focus, who to engage with, and what to internalize. When you become intentional with these choices, your life begins to change. You feel lighter and clearer and more grounded. Remember this deeply. Your energy is sacred. Spend it on growth, peace, learning, and purpose. When you protect your energy, you protect your future. At the end of it all, the quality of your life is determined by where you place your attention. Peace is not something the world gives you. It is something you choose. Defend and nurture every day. Distractions will always exist, noise will always surround you, and challenges will continue to appear, but none of them have the power to control you unless you allow them to. When you understand that disturbing your peace is a distraction, you stop reacting to everything that demands your energy. You begin to move with intention instead of impulse. You learn that focus is not about ignoring life, but about choosing what truly matters. With clarity comes strength, and with strength comes the ability to stay grounded even in uncertain moments. Protecting your peace is an act of self-respect. Staying focused is an act of faith in your future. When you combine the two, you create a life guided by purpose rather than pressure. You stop chasing validation, stop explaining your vision, and start trusting your inner direction. Remember, growth happens quietly. Power builds in stillness, and the more you protect your peace, the clearer your path becomes. Stay focused, stay intentional, and allow your life to unfold with calm confidence and quiet strength.